Meh. Meh? Oh, we've only got a few places to go. Yes, well, I won't be turning the subtitles off, thank you very much. Alright, the loading screens seem to go fast for these areas.
Ooh, Ceville, this graveyard doesn't look too friendly to me somehow.
Bah, it's just a graveyard. These are all dead. The ones who aren't dead are the ones you should be afraid of.
Oh, thanks, Ceville. You really know how to build a person's confidence.
No prob. Happy to help.
The gate just swung open all by itself.
Great. That's what I call service. Come on, let's go.
He's not even nervous.
And now the gate closed itself behind us.
That was
honestly.
just the wind. Ugh. It really doesn't take much to scare you.
How many
does
games
it?
are we going to see where surprised expression equals looks like blow up?
Doll.
Oh, someone's outline has been drawn on the stairs. They probably died here.
A vampire hunter, it looks like.
died in the right place for people to clean up the body right away. A simple piece of chalk.
Alright. Run to take the chalk. A mausoleum. A will-o-wisp.
There are a couple of mysterious lights shining in the forest over there. Almost
Spooky!
Oh, come on, it's probably just an electric sign touting the dwarf's latest business idea. Or ghosts. So take your pick.
I think I'll take the sign, thanks. A mausoleum. I've heard that the elixir of life is hidden in one of these. A drink that can make you immortal.
Really? We found one of those the last time I ordered some graves to be plundered. But I gave it to my pet crocodile.
It will probably end up living a long time.
All it gave him was a bad case of gas. And neither Snapper nor I were all too happy about that.
Grave.
There's something on this headstone. Here lies Jonathan, javelin trainer. His final words. All the javelins over
Not very
here.
bright of him.
There's something on this headstone. Here lies Jonathan. There's something on this headstone.
Here lie the remains of Jack Hummingbird, Pirate and Joker, who really went out with a bang.
Find all
We
the
tried
pieces.
to find all the pieces.
Alright. Any more novelty graves to read?
There's something on this headstone.
This gravestone is for both release. My wife
Now have
and
our
I
peace.
now have our
Okay, I've never
peace.
actually heard that one before.
Here it says, I came, I saw, I dropped dead in my tracks.
Vinny VD Kaputski. Alright.
There's something on this headstone. Here lies John the Gravedigger.
As ye sow, so shall ye reap.
There's something on this head. Your name could be here. There's something on this. Here lies John the. There's something on.
Here lies Barney. Hide and go seek master.
You looked in
If
the
only you'd
freezer
looked in the
sooner?
freezer
My
sooner.
god, that's just creepy. Alright. Man, there's a lot of stuff.
Here lies Lassie, man's best friend.
Aw.
The forest looks pretty dark and spooky.
I wonder why it's nighttime here. Normally we're only on the road during daylight.
But if it wasn't
funny.
nighttime, the forest wouldn't be dark and spooky.
Good point. That makes sense.
Man, the camera sure went out of its way to pan around there.
Here it says, call 555 graveyard today for headstone engraving.
Now, that's what I call targeted advertising.
Ew.
There! There's a skeleton's foot sticking out of the ground.
Listen, you can't expect me to provide free coffins for the poor during
Okay,
my
it's just
reign as
creepy.
well. A bit of dirt and the job's done.
Ceville, sometimes you scare
Can we
me.
take the foot? No. I want to take the foot.
Here it says, here lies the Smith of Realms.
That sounds to me like a desperate and embarrassing attempt to get the name Realmforge Studios into the game somehow.
You're right. I think so too. It's a strange name.
I think Ceville's finest would have been a lot better.
Shameless. That was awesome.
There's something on this.
Here lie the
Yes,
we
yes.
tried.
Meh. Well, let's go talk to the guy then, because I think we've looked at everything. Ooh.
Small gargoyle statues guard the entrance.
Not as
Oops.
spooky as it would be if they were to move and then attack us.
Ceville, just shut it. Here it says, rest in peace with sleep well pillows.
That's a morbid. Ads in cemeteries is a morbid thought.
Oh, it's you. Hello.
Alright, good to see you.
What are you doing here?
After we decided to be evil again, I applied for a job as
Both-monster.
Both Monster. And
Good for
I
you.
got the job. I'm currently looking for a good place for my new dungeon. We'll use it as a base from which we will spread fear and terror throughout the country.
Yes, that's all well and good, but...
You have to get to the election quick.
Not until I found the right place for
good
my
God.
new dungeon. I guess you could say I'll be the
Already made
dungeon
that
keeper.
joke, dingus. But I was right. He is a Dungeon Keeper reference. And I think the Black Knight is Darth Vader. That's the closest I can come. He's got the breathing and the hoop hiccups. Yeah.
What are you looking
What are you
for
looking
in
for?
a dungeon?
Well, it should be a dark and dangerous place underground, like a cave
All right.
or something.
Fine.
We have to go. Good luck.
Thanks.
Not really
You
sure what
too.
to do, but I do know now I have a piece of chalk. And I wanted a piece of chalk ever since I saw a chalked X on the stage at the game show. Alright, we've been to the graveyard, we've been to the Dwarvens. We've been there. The only other place to go is here. You can find a delicious recipe in the manual. I downloaded this off of Steam. So how am I going to cook a delicious...
Signs protesting the logging of the elven forest. Down with the tree killers. Stop the machines. Death to the capitalists.
These protests don't sound all that peaceful to me. Then again, crowds have never been known for their peaceful intent or
That's
common
awesome.
sense.
Alright, let's look around a bit. Map. Wooden face.
Oh, the trees here have faces. I have to admit that would put me off logging the area.
Yes. That wouldn't make things easier.
Ah, you went there.
A branch. How interesting.
You had to win there.
Wow. A real elven coach. Talk about your flower power, baby.
So elves are
Tree huggers
hippies.
really get on my nerves. You have no idea how much those peaceniks irritated me while I was planning wars against our neighbors in my role as the legitimate tyrant.
Oh dear. Well then. An actual elf.
Elven ambassador. One of those repulsive tree huggers.
But elves are admirable and enchanting beings.
If I may quote the orc philosopher Grugrosh, only dead elf, good elf.
Okay.
A tiny lake. I can just see the baby elves splashing in the water while their parents watch them from where they've spread out their
Somebody
picnic.
can't spell picnic.
How idyllic.
I can
Spell
just see
picnic
them all
right,
sitting
people.
in the water, smiling from the drugs they've taken before they finally... don't do much of anything.
Alright, fine. Pessimist.
How terrible. Here you can already see the debris from the logging operation.
Well, I spelled debris right.
Maybe I could take a little wood from my fireplace later.
Ceville, don't tell me you want to take advantage of this awful situation.
But of course! What did you think?
Listen to your heart, and you will find it once the...
Yes,
Hello,
shut it, hippie.
dears.
Why have you chained yourself to this tree?
I chained myself up as an act of protest.
Okay.
I just couldn't stand by anymore and watch this brutal ecological destruction. Wow, that is so cool.
To me, it sounds like a very peculiar and ridiculous idea that could only come from someone with a major screw loose somewhere.
The
So,
preservation of our environment for future generations is a very important issue for us Grit elves.
for us, great, what was she gonna say?
Yeah. What kind of pitiful creature are you?
I'm the Elven Council representative. I guess you could call me the top elf.
Alright, well, you have to get to the election
Have
even though
to
you're
get to
chained
the
to a
election
tree.
Quick.
I can't. These dwarves are about to brutally cause an ecological catastrophe.
Can't they just cut down all the other trees?
I can't just stand by and watch it happen. I'm not going until the trees are saved.
Okay, so we're going to get a hippie quest thing.
We have something to take care of.
Yes,
It was
yes.
a real pleasure having you here.
Alright, let's see if there's more to this. Wow, that's a big machine.
There are the last remaining trees of the Elven Forest. Ceville, we have to save the forest.
Why should we save the forest? Give me one good reason.
Because otherwise, heating costs will increase every winter.
Good reason. Those annual heating costs are already bleeding me dry.
We're going to have to improve logging efficiency by 12...
A little outhouse.
That's probably where the dwarfs do their
Business.
That comment was so tasteless.
Well, they are businessmen.
A cable leading to the logging machine. One part looks a little damaged.
The bribes we paid the officials and politicians have really paid off.
Should you really say that aloud, sir?
He's responsible for all of this horrible logging.
Well, let's find out what he's up to.
By Ingrim's bearded mother, what do you think you're doing here?
Who are you?
I'm Ivan Morgold, Vice President of Dwarves
Incorporated Limited. Alright.
I always thought dwarves were different. I always thought you worked in some kind of mine or other, digging gold.
That's racial profiling.
Please! That was ages ago! Even back then we realised that you could make money digging gold. The real money lay in getting others to do the work for you.
Okay.
Ever since that landmark decision, we've only performed managerial activities coordinated in productive meetings.
Well, they've managed to castrate dwarves.
What are you doing?
By Owlus Abacus, I'm trying to work! I'm trying to protect the interests of Dwarves Inc. Limited by cutting down these trees.
You're cutting down the Elven Forest. How disgraceful.
Maybe disgraceful, but the expected turnover and profits are unbelievable. Ultimately, the whole thing will be decided
Yikes.
by the board and the shareholders.
clear the
What an insignificant good idea.
Yes. The best matches and toothpicks in all of Ferianis can be produced from the trees here. The profit forecasts are good, so soon there won't be a single tree left here.
Aww.
If only that elf would just get out of the way.
What's with that elf?
This interfering elf is opposing our interests here because of her screwy view of the world. She chained herself to that tree and refuses to get out of the way of our beloved logging machine.
You could still cut the tree down.
Ceville!
Unfortunately, that would create a lot
Negative
of negative
publicity.
publicity, which we'd really like to
Well, it's
avoid.
pretty standard fantasy fare. Dwarves and elves do not get along.
Can we have a look at this logging thingy?
By Minigram's bunions! This thing is the Tree Whacker 3000.
Yay.
It can cut up an entire tree in just 5 seconds and utilise almost 13% of the wood, too.
13%?
This delicate machine is rarely shown to the public. However, there are special tours just for that purpose.
Well, we happen to have some tour tickets.
Ugh, I've had enough of you.
Yeah. A demonstration. Unfortunately, there's only room for one person up there.